Yeah. But I've been looking at there's been a lot of deals going on with because I've been looking for like a 1440p HD monitor.
Yeah.
144 hertz.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of sales for it recently.
Yeah, look at Micro Center, bro.
Wait, what's going on? I can't hear boy anymore.
What? Hello?
I can hear him.
Can you hear me? Check.
I can hear him, and the chat can hear him. Like I'm.
Oh, we live?
Yeah.
Oh, we live.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, Will? Can you hear any of us?
Squilliam, Billiam. Will?
Hello?
No. Yeah. Oh no.
Oh, he
Oh.
left. It's okay. He'll just
I'll be back.
rejoin. There we go. Hello,
Can you hear us?
bro. What the fuck? Hold on.
I'm back. I can hear you.
All right, there you go.
Great. Yeah.
We live, baby.
Yeah. We here. We live. We special. Oh, let me just tweet this shit.
What's poppin'?
Okay. All right. Let's take a picture of you guys real quick. Am I gonna do the whole episode like this? I don't know, but we'll see how long I last. Perfect.
That's my usual line.
Oh,
Fucking
brother.
one term, no album.
Yeah. 2 impeachments, 1 term, no album out. Yeah, the Capitol's so tall that the racists gotta climb it.
Oh my god. Fucking
That's a
Hey,
great
what's
song.
good?
homie got
good,
more
Luffy?
impeachments than he got terms.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty funny.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went 2 impeachments, 1 term, double platinum with no features.
Hey, this motherfucker went double uranium, no features, bro.
Hey
Yeah.
guys.
What's going on? All right, it's showing. Let me go into mod view.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was just like updating my Twitter with this info. But yeah. My face hurts, but you know what? Such is the burden of the supervillain. I just got this mask today. I'm not wearing it for any particular reason other than I literally just got it today. So,
That's
Um,
good.
thanks. Yeah, so
I literally, when I had first gotten my mask back like years ago,
yeah.
I literally wore that shit and just drank 40s in the crib.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, like with a straw?
No. Like I would constantly lift where the metal pieces with the bottle itself.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this shit hurts. But fuck it.
That shit hurt it.
That shit hurt it. Nah, but we're here. Yeah, so hey, Quest, what's happening? Papa Noir, shout out to you. What's good, Loopy baby? Okay, so the topics today is by Trompito. The New York Times, the glasses on top of and they don't move at all. Look, they don't fall at all because they're like held there by the mask. So it's actually pretty reliable. But hey, what's good, Juice? So yeah, we're talking goodbye Trump, New York Times versus Screen Time, and King of Fighters 15. Now, let's get the Trump shit out of the way because we're not gonna have to talk about this guy much longer. Yo, JA, thank you for the follow. Yeah. So I like that he's finally out of here. I mean, I knew from the beginning that it was not gonna be easy. Like it was not gonna be easy to get this motherfucker to get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? But it's happening, and that's a good thing. And I'm very excited to see this motherfucker leave. What do you guys think? Also, can somebody drop the article in the Discord because I haven't peeped it. The New York Times article. Yeah.
New York Times article.
I got you.
Yeah.
I'm just, I'm glad he's out of here. I remember when he got fucking inaugurated. Well, pardon me, when he won the election. I remember how grim that shit felt in the street, bro. Like legitimate. I went to work that night.
Yeah.
And I have never felt such this disheartening haze while walking to the fucking train, bro. Disheartening haze, bro. that shit kill your will. You feel me? Yeah, like I just remember like going like, and my neighborhood's pretty active. You know what I'm saying? Like you got the junkies on the corners. You got people pushing on those same corners underneath the train station and shit like that. I walked outside, bro. Literally nobody was there. Whoever was there had like this fucking face of defeat.
Yeah.
I remember how like I felt like the fucking world was gonna end when that shit happened. And then like fast forward our 4 years.
Yeah.
Um and this nigga getting the fuck out of here. Second impeachment, which is funny because there's this whole entire thing going on with the trial for impeachment, and they're like wondering if it's even like constitutional to follow up with the impeachment.
Yeah.
Only for the simple fact that it's like impeachments are made to boot somebody out of office, and he's leaving. So what's the point of impeaching him? It's like, nah, make that nigga pay for his actions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think one of the main things is that if he gets impeached this time and it goes through, he can't run again.
Yes, which would be great.
No,
Yeah,
that's actually not true.
It's not true.
No, he would have to be convicted of something.
Mm.
Like impeachment
Oh, I
alone.
see.
Impeachment alone doesn't guarantee that he's disqualified from running again. He has to act like that's why Iran's trying to take this motherfucker to court, bro. So like
Yeah.
like that's why they're trying to court martial this motherfucker so that then he can't run.
Aren't there several things that he's already like people are trying to put him into court for, like
Yeah,
that they're trying to convict him of?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't get his pension plan if he gets impeached.
Dude, how
Oh,
fucking
right.
how fucking hilarious would that
Barack.
be?
Yeah, because doesn't he get like security
Yeah.
detail for like the rest of his life or something?
Yeah,
Because
so
he
your
was
Secret
different?
Service detail protects you forever. So like Jimmy Carter be shaking people's hands on airplanes and like
Oh, yeah.
like his yeah, his Secret Service just be out there like with him.
Yeah, fucking Barack Obama, fucking whenever he out there just trying to get like a cup of fucking coffee, he
Yeah.
squatted the fuck up, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, yeah.
I would be too if I was Obama.
Yeah, that's a fact.
They
But
had dolls of his head like burning and walking
yeah,
through the streets. Like
yeah, on
I,
on on some fucking Jim Crow shit, bro.
I ain't never going outside by myself again.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, no, I'm excited. I've been talking with a lot of residents in my building, and we're just like, yeah, inauguration soon. Like, and I mean, it's silly as hell because I don't like Biden either. But I'm like, yeah, just get this nigga the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think for me it's like okay, like this is long overdue, but better late than never, I guess. You know? I
Mhm.
guess. Heavy on the I guess because the Twitch ban, the Twitter ban, long overdue, long overdue.
Yeah.
But I mean, like the thing is like you have to protect your IP. You know what I mean? Like people get mad at stuff, and like the problem is like when people get upset at stuff, they don't know like more than half of what the fuck they're talking about. Like
No.
like you don't know what it's like to run $1 billion fucking like platform. You know what I mean? Like you don't know. Like, oh, why we didn't do it sooner? Yeah, well, think about that. Like why? Oh, gee, I don't know. Why didn't they Why didn't they ban a sitting president? You know what I mean? Like Trump signed more executive orders in his one term than I think any fucking president did in their entire in their entire two terms or
Yeah.
otherwise. And
Wouldn't be surprised.
that's a very clear breach and very clear violation of an abuse of power. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
like, so like who was to say that if we had banned the motherfucker in I don't know 2017, a year into his term, that he wouldn't have just been like delete Twitter. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and like a lot of people thought that checks and balances, that's a thing, right? Like checks and balances. There's a reason people don't go power mad because it's a government. It's a democracy, right? It's a democratic republic. There are
Mhm.
checks and balances. There are processes you have to go through to get stuff approved and to get things done. Not with this motherfucker. He was like, oh well, can executive order. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And like that shit is that so, you know, again, better. I'm upset too that it didn't happen sooner, but we got to look at things realistically. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
because because if it wasn't, I think for me, I think Twitter and Facebook are the exact opposite. Where like Facebook is just like your grandpa like reading like one scary
I
conspiracy
can't.
theory and then
I
running with it and then all
mhm.
their old people friends like reposting that shit. Whereas
Yeah.
like Twitter, it's like it's kind of there's a lot of that, but also on Twitter there's people in the field. And Twitter is way more uh Twitter is much more live and in the moment because it's essentially it's a constantly refreshing forum, whereas Facebook posts just sit there. You know what I mean? But like the nature of Twitter versus the nature of Facebook is what makes Twitter more viable in that sense.
Well,
Because
in set. Yeah.
how often has like something come from Facebook to Twitter and then someone who was actually there, like let's say like at a protest or something, like
Right.
somebody who was actually there. Like on Facebook, they'll be like, "Oh, look, they're breaking the windows and spraying, doing graffiti and shit. Oh, is this a
Hmm.
protest or is this just looting?" And someone who was actually there on Twitter was like, "Hey, I this is my video. I saw that guy." And he refused to give us his name, refused to say who he was with. He also had like a walkie-talkie under his fucking. He also had a walkie-talkie under his hoodie, and he had fucking police issue combat boots on.
Hmm.
This motherfucker was a cop. You know what I mean? So
See that?
that's yeah. So
I
imagine.
feel like. Yeah.
I
I was
guess
gonna say.
my last point is
Yeah.
just like imagine like the hit that news period would have taken if Trump signed some crazy executive order to get Twitter out of here would have been insane, and the amount of
Hmm.
misinformation would be way higher and way crazier without a platform like Twitter. Is what I'm saying.
Mm. So like the disposition with Facebook, because it's kind of weird. Because I think a lot of people, because I'm on Facebook, shit posting 98% of the day, right,
Yeah.
alongside with Twitter, and I feel like they have the same amount of misinformation. It's just that Twitter is a lot more active
Yeah.
in terms of correcting that misinformation. Because you do get it at Facebook, which they'll correct it, but like an entire fucking like day late, right?
Yeah.
Outside of that, Facebook is just a lawless fucking chaotic land for the most part. I like in terms of getting any news from there, you shouldn't expect any news from there, you know.
Yeah.
You
Not at
have
all.
the OG, you have the fucking conspiracy theorists on every fucking platform, and they're a lot more prominent on Facebook.
Yeah.
But nobody takes anything on Facebook seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for the most part, if you do see a post on Twitter, from Facebook, it's usually somebody on Twitter giving like the misinformation about that Facebook post. Because whenever I like during the entire protest, I would see people were going live like fucking crazy on Facebook when it came to uh posting them at the protest or whatever movements was going on at the time, and it was pretty cut and dry. Like the information is all there, but it's somebody always has to take a piece of media from somewhere else and then kind of conjure up whatever the fuck they feel like it on another platform.
I like
Yeah.
what Amen said in the chat. He said high school was over 10 years ago. Get the fuck off Facebook.
Yeah. Facts.
Mm.
But my
Facebook,
grandma's there.
Facebook, funny as hell, man.
Yeah.
Like I can't like it's stupid. Me and boy on there, we just reposting dumb
Dumb
shit. Bro.
shit.
Yeah,
It's so stupid.
yeah.
It's like Reddit without the like. It's like a less scummy Reddit. Because Reddit is trash too.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that like I'm not saying that like
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that Twitter is like a godsend and it's never toxic. Twitter's an awful fucking place.
Oh
Twitter
yeah.
makes me
No.
want to. Twitter makes me want to fucking kill myself. I fucking hate Twitter. shout out Earl Sweatshirt. Twitter's a fucking awful place. I hate Twitter sometimes. But yeah, it's so it's definitely trash. It can be any platform as long as there are people alive to use those platforms, there's gonna be trash on that platform.
Yep.
Because people are trash.
But
Garbage.
I'm saying, but as far as reliability, right? I think that Twitter is probably the most because it's people in the field posting that shit. You know what I mean?
Well, no, because it's the same shit on. I feel like they're both as reliable, to be honest
No.
with you.
Facebook,
The
Facebook,
most-
and Twitter.
Yeah.
Nah.
The most reliable source for your information is that old lady that just be in front of the laundromat on your block. You know which block I'm talking about. It's on every block.
Yeah.
She know exactly what the fuck going on before anything. Just go
Mm-hmm.
ask her. Just be like, Madge, what the fuck is going on,
And
bitch?
Madge.
and 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 after
Madge.
that shit happened, she was like, what did I tell you?"
There's
Yeah.
a perv in Queens. Thanks, Madge.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, the one thing I'll say on the topic because I didn't really say anything, but I'm tired of talking about Trump. I'm over it. I'm happy that it's over in 2 days. I mean, it's not gonna be over. You know, it's not. Just because
Mm-mm.
he's out of office doesn't mean he's not gonna keep talking shit, and he's still those supporters aren't just gonna like be like, all
Yeah.
right, well, I guess I'm done now. Like, it's gonna keep happening, but at least we can stop having to literally address it because he's not our sitting president. So whatever he says after this, as long as it's not directly harming anybody and it's not inciting violence, which it probably will.
Yeah. It
But
probably. Yeah. Yeah. Most definitely.
um, if it's not doing that and if it's not something of grave importance, I don't think we need to keep giving this motherfucker like a platform. I mean, he
Yeah.
has the ultimate platform, which is 50.3% of the country, but
Yeah.
um like I'm good off that, bro. Like I'm trying to play video games. I'm trying to talk about video games. I'm trying to, talk about music. Like I'm done with
Heard.
Trump. I'm done with Trump, bro. Like
Heard.
with this, I hope we just put a nail on that era and just let his supporters just talk in their own little bubbles till they die.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's that, man. Bye, Trompito. Te veo. Come mierda.
Come. Bye. Bye. Huele bicho.
Mira, huele bicho. Te veo.
Yeah.
Te veo
So.
ya pronto.
So for the next topic, it's a New York Times article that I'm actually currently reading, called "Children's Screen Time Has Soared in the Pandemic, Alarming Parents and Sorry, Children's Screen Time Has Alarming Parents and Researchers."
Yeah.
I'm reading it now, so you guys go ahead and since you guys already
Uh,
read it, you guys go ahead
yeah.
and start. Yeah.
Well, Will brought it up, so I'll let Will.
Okay, so no, I just wanted to start it off, and that was it. Just for the simple fact that the first quote in that article is the father.
So, okay. Okay. Children turn to screens via the limited edition. This has been a gift to them. We've given them a captive audience. Our children, Dr. Dimitri, director of the Center for Behavior. The cost will be borne by families because increased online use is associated with anxiety, depression, obesity, and aggression, and addiction to medium itself. Crucially, the research showed.
Can't hear us.
Oh shit!
All
My
right,
fault. My fault.
can
Sorry.
I be
Yeah, there
heard
you go.
now?
No, you could be heard now. It's just when he deafens himself, it stops it from the stream because he's the one streaming.
How
So
dare you silence the voice of a black man?
on today of all days.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm the super villain.
So
I have
so
to.
what I was
fault,
saying
guys.
is it's all good, man. What I was saying is all right, so this is blown out of proportion. The very first thing that was fucking stated and quoted on this fucking article was, "I failed him as a father," is what the dad had to say about his son that used too much screen time. Anything in fucking media that regarding video games has always been blown so much out of fucking proportion that it's like stupid as hell. You remember the violence of video games talk shit. But with this, it's like, okay, during the pandemic, kids are playing too many fucking video games. They interviewed this family who was like, oh, his phone is his life. He just goes online and, plays video games with his friends. They fucking like said something about Roblox, which is hilarious to me because it's literally like 5-year-olds on Roblox. But I don't know. Like, so it's weird because I understand some of the concerns, right? Because I have a lot of younger siblings, and sometimes it is hard to get them off of their fucking phone. It's like, go do something, or read a book, read something on your phone. But I completely understand the fact that this is the only way for these kids to socialize nowadays. they're stuck at home. Their school is at home, and they're craving like their social circles that they would usually have at school, meeting up with their friends, etc. And so it's like, yeah, screen time has blown up, and it's because we're in a completely different like age. Like technology allows for us to be online completely and wholly. Um, we can't go outside, so it's it's justified in that. Um, it's just that it's the New York Times though, just like vilifying video games as usual, which I think is dumb as hell.
Mhm.
That's really it. It's like
Yeah.
you should monitor your kid's screen time to an extent, but don't be mad because they just want to hang out with their friends.
So first thing I see that's hilarious in this article is the photo of that they took of the family. I don't know if you saw it, but it's like the parents are sitting next to the kid, and the kid has his headphones on, playing Xbox, and the mom's
Yeah.
just looking at him mad concerned. Fucking hilarious photo shoot. Like what? Like the photo shoot is proof that they're dragging the topic. Like come on, bro. Like it is not that serious. But
No.
I get the concern. Like one of the points that they made, especially like they hit on Fortnite and Roblox, and how like
Mhm.
the amount of usage on Roblox alone has gone up like 82%, which is like it's locked 32 million a day.
Yeah.
That's crazy,
That
bro.
is
32
crazy.
million kids, which they average is the article says that they average between 9 and 12 years old, but like I know like 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds that be on Roblox,
Me
like
too. Yeah.
so I get the concern, but like I just wish that these kind of conversations were led in a way where like it was actually looking to help instead of just trying to shun and shame gaming. Like it's not the video game's fault for existing. It's your fault for not being a good enough parent and doing it. Like
Mhm.
that's how I see it. Like video games have been around forever. Like my mom, of course, let me play video games as much as I wanted, but like when she told me to stop, I stopped, and it's really that
Mhm.
simple. If you can't control your kid and tell them to stop, then that's kind of on you. It's don't look at the video game industry and be like, well, why are we making these video games to be so
Mhm.
addictive and so like it's like it's a video game, bro. Like
Yeah.
Pong was addictive, Tetris was addictive.
Fucking backgammon was addictive at some point in fucking
Like
time,
yo,
like
like what's the game with the rocks? I stay playing that shit with my girl on iMessage.
Mancala.
Mancala. Yo,
Mancala.
that shit was probably addictive in 300 BC or whatever that shit came out. Like, it's not the video game's fault. Now, I will say that video games have taken a turn in recent history where, like, especially like giving you rewards for logging in multiple days in a row and spending a specific amount of time on the game. Like, you get rewards for that, but like that's them trying to make bread, bro. Like it's the same with any application. Like of course you don't get like a fucking achievement for being on Twitter, but like it's designed in a way to keep you engaged and keep you on there for as long as possible. So why wouldn't a program or a platform that has literal rewards they can give you rewards for being on it? So it's like I read these articles and I'm just like, look, I understand the concern, but that's rather like this all just sounds like shitty parenting to me. Like
Can
Mhm.
you as the parent, I'd love to hear how you feel right now.
Yeah, word.
okay. Okay. I mean, I just read it, right? And I dropped the link in the. Did y'all get the link? Yeah, right. Oh
Let me see.
yeah.
I
Okay.
see it in there.
Yeah, I dropped the link in there, and the problem with this article is that like they're trying to make video games the sole catalyst for, or not catalyst, but the scapegoat for addiction. Period.
Mhm.
Like they're trying to frame video games. I mean, but this is nothing new, right? Like
Mhm.
this was the conversation. This was the conversation surrounding Mortal Kombat in
Yeah.
1990, whatever, right? And so much so that they went to court over this bullshit. Like
Mhm.
there's congressional fucking there's congressional footage of motherfuckers talking about Mortal Kombat and how it's like poisoning the youth or whatever. Like Mortal Kombat, Grand Theft Auto, GoldenEye. You know what I mean? Like, and even
Donkey
before,
just did a video on Mortal Kombat.
yeah, and even before video games,
Mhm.
like let's let's think about like even before video games, right? Go Nagai, right? Like one of my favorite. Oh, you're okay. I you're fine. You're good though, right? You're okay. Okay, bye. Um, one of my one of my favorite IPs of all time, right? Devilman.
Mm-hmm.
This shit came out in like what 77 or whatever. Hold on,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna Google it real quick when it came out, because video games were definitely a thing in Japan in 77, but motherfuckers was playing like Pong and shit. But
Yeah. And Oregon
um
Trail.
yeah. Yeah, but either way, right? Like the original manga came out in 72, right? In 72, this shit was so vile and so fucking like over the top that it got manga banned in schools nationwide, period.
Yeah.
Because it ran in a weekly shonen, right? So it wasn't just volumes of Devilman coming out. It was chapters coming out in a shonen manga among other shonen, right?
Mm-hmm.
So because of that, parents who don't fucking understand anything were like, "Oh, well, it's in this book. If this is bad, it must all be bad, so it's all
Mm-hmm.
banned." Right? That's not how you do that, right? Like you don't if something is bad, you adjust and you adapt. If Godric is screaming at the top of his lungs, the answer is not for me to scream louder than him.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Right.
not the answer, right? The answer is for me to assess what is making him scream at the top of his lungs and then fucking figure out how I can fix whatever's making him scream at the top of his lungs, right? So if the problem here is that your kids are spending too much time, are logging in too much screen time, figure out how you can adjust that, right? So
Mm-hmm.
like in the article, right? There's a father of 4 living in a 2-bedroom apartment in Manhattan. What the fuck do you expect him to do?
Mm-hmm.
What do you expect him to do? That just like this whole article just screams privilege to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for
Because
sure, for sure.
like for me, I have 2 sons and we live in a 2-bedroom. They have all the toys in the fucking world back there, right? But in the morning, I put on Blippy for Griffin. He loves it. And I give Godric the iPad for a little bit. Because at daycare, they're certainly not watching TV. They're doing all that
Mm-hmm.
learning shit and all that stuff. So my kids are too young to experience like my kids are too young to experience the social aspect or the lack thereof about
Mm-hmm.
this pandemic, because they're still going to daycare, so they're still seeing other kids. And that's like,
Right.
you know, and you could argue that like, oh, but that's not safe either. But like, yo, I have to work, right? Like we're not getting $2,000 a month, and that's a whole other conversation, right? We're
Mm-hmm.
not being adequately compensated for something that's not our fault, so everybody has to adjust. They still have to go to daycare because I still have to work because because our government's failing us, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people have the benefit of working from home, but they don't have childcare. So it's the opposite, right? For a lot of people. So what is your kid gonna do while you have to work because you have to make money because the government's not fucking taking care of you during a
Mm-hmm.
pandemic? You know what I mean? So what is the like what do you expect people to do? Is my final verdict, because bro, like I it's this shit just screams privilege to me. Like, oh, and also it's mad extra. I turned
Yeah.
you guys down so I could concentrate like on reading.
Yeah.
So I didn't hear what you guys are saying. So I don't know if you guys said this already, but like
Yeah. It's exaggerated as fuck.
it starts so
Dude, the
like
fucking I
like he
failed
said,
you as a father, bro.
yo, and he says I'm not losing my son to this. Yo,
Like it's hard drugs.
what
It's
do
not
you yeah,
polio.
what do you want him to do? What do you want him to do? He
But
can't go to
yeah.
school. He can't go to school, so he can't see his friends, right? He
Mm-hmm.
can't hang out in real life because he can't see his friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what like first of all, we were moving in the direction of an all digital age anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like
Even
but
before this.
yo, yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like this was a thing before this. Like what the fuck, like, you know what I mean? Like what do you expect people to do? People that don't live in Florida and don't have pools, backyards, front yards, fucking, you know what I mean? Like people that don't have patios, people that don't have front yards, backyards, pools, and like just access to open spaces, right?
Yeah.
Like if that was the case, listen, if you're privileged enough to have
Shit.
that, right, and you don't
Hey,
take
set this
advantage
up,
of it,
J-Rock.
oh shit, thank you so much,
Yeah.
Loop.
Thank
Oh
you,
my
Lou.
god, wow, so cute, thank you. Yeah, so like if you have access to that stuff and you're not taking
Mhm.
advantage of that, that's your problem. That is your fault. But me, I'm in a 2-bedroom house, right? But I don't have access. I don't have a backyard. I have like a little patio that's up some stairs. So my kids can play outside on the block, which we do sometimes. But again, but they get the screen time and it's in moderation. I take it away from him when it's time to not have it anymore. And you know what? If you just fucking talk to your children like they're people, then they will respond positively, even if you get some pushback at first. Because I tell Godric, hey, Godric, 10 more minutes, okay? And he goes, okay. And then I go, okay, Godric, 5 more minutes, okay? Okay, like, it's just diligence at this point. It's just diligence. You have to be like on top of that shit. And like, you know what? If I tell Godric with enough time, because he's a human fucking being, right? It's not just like I heard a lot of this shit growing up. I heard a lot of because I say so, because I make the rules. That is so fucking infuriating, bro. Like that's so insulting. So even with my kids, with Godric as young as 2, right? I tell him, I'm like, yo, okay, you get this for this much longer, okay? And he goes, yes, and he understands. And even if I get pushback when I take the iPad away, I go, hey, can you pause that for me? I don't just pause it and snatch it from him. I go, hey, can you pause this for me? Because remember, I said 10 minutes, okay? And he goes, no, just a little more. I go, come on, Bubby, you said okay. And it's 10 minutes, and it was 10 minutes ago. So now it's time, it's over. It's no longer iPad time, okay? And he goes, okay. And then he pauses it, gives it to me, and that's positive reinforcement, right?
Yep.
That teaches Godric to be okay with hearing no. And that's the problem. A lot of these privileged fucking white people don't know how to tell their kids no.
You
But
bought
they-
him the Xbox.
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
bought him the yo, and it's not even it's not even like I don't know. I don't want to say it's like a race thing or whatever, because it's certainly people of color and black folks that can't really enforce stuff like that. But it's for vastly different reasons, right?
Right.
Privileged white folks don't address this shit because they just don't want to. Okay, but
It's negligence.
yeah, but stressed out, overworked black people do not have a choice, right? So if you have 2 jobs during a pandemic, one of which you have to show up for physically, one of which you work digitally, what the fuck is safer than your kid sitting next to you on a device? There is no safer alternative than that. So what do you expect these people to do? I'm sorry, I'm rambling, but like
No, bro. I'm here for the show, bro.
that shit just got me so like this whole article just got me so like annoyed.
Dude, it's stupid. Like my uncle, right? My uncle's Puerto Rican, married a Chinese woman, have a biracial child.
That's lit.
They're primarily raised in a very Asian household for the most part.
Yeah.
He still like, and with Asian parents, from what I've heard, from some of my friends, that they have kind of a more strict upbringing when it comes to things like this.
Yeah.
And my uncle, who's the person that put me onto fucking video games, had set up schedule from when his son was allowed to play video games the entire time, right? So I mean, granted, this was before panoramic. That shit was set up fucking lovely. It's like, okay, you get home from school, you're gonna finish your homework. I'm gonna check over your homework.
Yeah.
Once we're done here, you're gonna watch. We're gonna take you to fucking karate, right?
Yeah. And then you're
bring
gonna
you
come
back.
home, you're gonna wash your
wash
ass.
up. You're gonna wash your ass.
Yeah.
When you're done there, I'll allow you an hour and a half of playing on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
Once that's done, you're gonna go. You're gonna sit down. You're gonna read a book for a half an hour, and then we're gonna chill. We're gonna chill. We're gonna watch some TV or shit like that. Granted, my uncle does own a house over in Brooklyn, and he's a little more privileged than most people living in New York City. But it's still, at the end of the fucking day, it's.
I love you too, Christian. I love you so much. I miss you.
You're in full control of whether or not whatever your child is going to pick up habit forming.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like there's no part of this that you are not responsible for. There is no part of this as the parent that you are not responsible for.
Yeah, exactly.
If you don't have the answers, that's fine. Nobody's going to have all the answers, but stop pretending you do. Right? Like that's a lot of parents' problem, bro. Is that like you don't have it all figured out, and nobody asked you to pretend to have it all figured out, right? Like you can be honest with your kids. Don't put mental and emotional burden on them that you don't need to. Like don't complain to them about being behind on bills and shit. That's
Yeah.
stressful as fuck for a kid. Don't do that. Don't do that. But at the same time,
Yep.
you can be honest with them, and like you know what I mean. Like the kids pick up on stuff, especially like if you're sad and stuff. Your kid's gonna know that. And if he asks what's wrong and you be like nothing, he's gonna be confused. He's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
confused as fuck and be like, okay, well, why do you look like that then? You just be like, hey, you know what? Dad just had a rough week. But it's okay. I have you, and you make me feel better, and I love you so much. And like, you know what I mean? And like all that stuff is so fucking important, bro. And like, you know what? I did some fucking research while you was talking. This New York Times article is written by Matt Richtel. Matt
Mm.
Richtel or Richel or
Matt Rectal.
I think it's right. Reichel.
Reich Richtel.
Matt Third Reich.
Oh my god. No, cuz I'm pronouncing it like if the L was an R, it would be Richter, like the Richter scale.
Mhm.
So I'm going to just say Richtel. Matt Richtel, okay. Best-selling, blah, 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 whatever. Here we go. He joined the staff in 2000. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead copy-paste that into here. Let's
Real
look
quick,
that up.
hey Dennis, thank you for the 500 bits, homie.
Oh, thank you so
Appreciate
much.
you.
Appreciate you, bro.
Let's look this motherfucker up real quick, and you guys can clip this if you want. Matt Richtel is an American writer and journalist for the New York Times. He was awarded 2010 Pulitzer Prize for national reporting on a series of distracted driving. Okay, that's valid. Nobody should drive while distracted. However, you were born in 1960 fucking 6. You are 54 years old. You are 50.
Hey yo, nobody told him he had a fucking addiction when he would spend 6 hours a day ignoring his children, doing his crossword puzzles.
Yeah,
you feel
right.
me?
Nobody told you you were addicted when you were fucking, you know what I mean, playing your numbers at the speakeasy.
Giving your children cigarette burns.
Yeah, like nobody told, you know what I mean? Like nobody. So I don't want to hear dick. I don't want to hear dick. Nothing. Shit. Zilch. Zero from a guy who is 66. I don't want to hear shit about the internet from a guy who's 66 years old. All this article says to me is that you are out of touch and what you're doing is you're disproportionately reporting. That's what you're doing.
Yep.
Right.
You're disproportionately reporting on something with the vigor and the fucking like energy of some world-ending catastrophe. Like, I failed you as a father in the first fucking sentence. Are you kidding me?
Oh my god, I love it. It was
Bro, if you have an argument with your 14-year-old son and it ends in you saying you failed as a father because he's playing fucking Fall Guys, then maybe you have. Maybe you have failed as a father.
This screams boomer.
I don't, man. Fuck, man.
Dennis
And
thing.
the history of this shit, man. This is why the New York Times be pissing me off because like, they'll let anybody just talk about whatever they want, and it's just like, well, you've been on our team for 20 years. What are you writing about, 70-year-old man? The fears of TikTok. All right, go ahead, bro.
Yeah.
And then here comes this 32-year-old like actually wanting to write about something that makes sense to them, and they're like, no, like you've only been in the company a couple years, like keep writing about like the next fashion trend. And then you're letting like the old white people write about shit that they know nothing about. And I can't really say much on New York Times itself because I low-key got family that works there. But like, this is just a problem that they've always had. Like every time I read an article and I'm like, the fucking audacity of this article, I look it up and it's always like an old white person, and I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah,
y'all just gonna keep doing this shit.
Yeah, bro. Like just get people who are in touch.
Yeah.
This is why like sitcoms and shit, and this is why like talk shows and sitcoms get in trouble a lot because they've had the same writing team for 20 years. They've had people who write for TV professionally, whatever that means, for 5 years. So
look what happened with Roseanne.
Bro, look what happened with SNL, bro. SNL not the same. The motherfuckers like they kind of fell off a little bit, you know what I mean? And like it's okay, I guess. Like it's still, SNL's still SNL, and like, but I just don't think they can keep up. I don't think they can keep up because they have the same they've had the same writers for so long, and like they pioneered a lot of like new talent. Like a lot of new talent out now has come from SNL
Mm-hmm.
and Stephen Colbert and like those people like that, like Jon Stewart. Those people
John
put a
Mulaney.
Yeah, those people put a lot of talent on the map. But
Hmm.
but the landscape is different now. You need people who are connected. And I'm sorry, but like I've said this before. I'm pretty sure we talked about something like this before on an earlier episode. But uh, bro, a 54-year-old man is not going to appeal to my sensibilities as a parent or as a
Hmm.
gamer. Period.
Right.
No.
Straight up.
So so
And it's not to discredit the like because the sources that he gets and a lot of the stuff that he's talking to a scientist from Stanford and somebody else
yeah,
like those are all valid sources, bro. But like you're coming to this article already with a bias based on who you are as a person. So like
Yep.
these sources are doing jack shit for you. Like
yeah,
and if the tone of the article is not in the way of helping anybody. It's like you're sourcing all these things just to be like, yeah, game bad, game no good, take phone away. It's
yeah.
like, bro, like you could have researched these sources and actually had conversations about them about how we can better the situation rather than just like trying to find different ways to like throw video gaming or gaming in general under the bus. Like it's stupid.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what this article boils down to because it bounces around. It's like at first it's this, it's this heartbreaking tale of how a father has failed his child, right? But then but then it bounces to like the whole article is, I mean, I get it because pandemic, but still.
Yeah,
That's the whole
that's the
article.
whole article.
The whole
Yeah.
article is, I get it because pandemic, but still. I get it because pandemic, but still. Like then you don't get it. You don't
And
get it.
the same conversation was had before the pandemic. I've read so many articles about how video game like is eating people's brains and shit. Like it's been the same topic. Now it's just well now it's gotten worse because they're in the house all day. It's like
Yeah.
Oh my
well
Yeah. No
lord.
shit.
Like yeah.
Yeah.
no shit. What did you
Mm.
expect, bro? There's nothing but screens in your crib. Just throw all your TVs out the window. Like put some shrooms in your kid's cereal and let them like experience the world. Like
Oh
it's
my
fun.
god.
Like, what? It's either this or this. You know,
Yeah.
like what do you want?
Yeah.
You're not gonna sit down and actually parent them. So either like fill them with drugs or take the other drugs away. If it's
Oh my god.
all right, don't quote
What
me on
the
that.
fuck? Jesus
Nah, but
Christ.
seriously, it's ridiculous. Like
Wow.
the
Okay.
same conversation's always been had, and it's not gonna change. Just and it's gonna get worse because the pandemic is not going anywhere. It's not like now that there's a vaccine, it's just like all right, everybody go outside and lick street poles. Like it's we're still gonna be wearing masks. We're still gonna be in the house unless we need to go outside. Like
Yeah.
you either combat the situation early on or you just allow it to continue to get worse because like one of the parts of the article said like this one lady literally 3 months into the pandemic she like I forget if she was for Stanford or for another university but she wrote an article telling people like like ease up on the restrictions on your kids stuff because they're home all day like they're gonna get fed up and then she's like yo if I knew that this was gonna go on for a year I would have never wrote that and it's like so like
Okay, but you didn't. But you
right.
didn't know, and that's okay. Like that's what I'm saying, right? Like at now, like in this fucking climate or whatever, like in this social climate, it's almost like you cannot make a mistake. Or you have to be able to see into the future and shit. Bro, how the fuck was she supposed to know that this shit was gonna go on that this long, 3 months into the pandemic? She wasn't supposed to. How the fuck did you expect her to know that shit? It's not her fault the pandemic went on for over a year. And she wrote the me personally, I think she was well within her right to say that. And she
Right.
was and she was fucking she had sources. She had reliable viable sources. You know what I mean? So like so like at that point it's like now you're just looking for somebody to blame, really.
Yeah,
Like you just
literally.
you're just looking for somebody to point the finger at and just be like, "Well, you said my kid could watch TV all day." No, I did not. I did not say that. I said
Right.
ease up. You went ahead and fucking took that as the get out of parenting free card. That's
Yeah,
not my
literally, I was
fucking
about to say
fault.
that.
That's not my fault. I just wrote the article. Also, I'm not the COVID factory. I didn't know that this shit was gonna go on this long. So nah, man, nah. They get the fuck
Yeah.
out of my face with that bullshit.
No.
It's the super villain. You know what time it is. So, um, but yeah, I mean, yeah. Will, any closing thoughts? Cause I'm over it. Like that article made me mad as shit.
Y'all literally said everything that I had in my mind. It's whenever you were muted when I said this, but when or you had us definitely when we said it. Whenever a talk about video games is presented somewhere within media having to do with newscasting, it's always vilified
Yeah,
every single fucking time. So it's like, yeah, the minute they said something about video games on the New York Times article is the first thing in my head before I even fucking read the fucking title of the article. I saw games in the fucking title. I was like, yep,
yeah,
they're gonna shit on it. And yeah, no, it's just it's 2021. Like we're in the middle of a fucking pandemic. It's beyond me how the fuck how you think it makes sense to publish an article of this nature as
mm.
a whole in general. It's like where do you have like the
Where do you get
goal
off?
the caucasity of it, bro?
Yeah, like
Um,
where do you get off telling poor
where
black and brown
where
families how to
where
fucking
do
deal with this
you
shit?
get off? All right.
Yeah, yeah,
And it's like I'm tired of reading dumb shit like this because you see the last time we had an article of this volition was video game becoming an actual addiction. Like they placed it as an actual addiction in like fucking medical journals and shit.
Hey, you know what? You know what? Actually, this is one last point that I wanted to make about this shit, right? Because back when we were kids, what did our parents say to us? Oh, you always on that damn game. You're not gonna make anything of yourself playing video games.
Mm-hmm.
So this article would have been valid 20, 30 years ago, damn near 30 years ago. But now, gaming is an Olympic profession, right? So
Yep.
if your kid, guess what? If Godric develops a taste for a Street Fighter tomorrow, I'm cultivating that interest. You know why I'm cultivating that interest? Because by 12, he's gonna be a fucking monster, right?
Bro, all right. So in that same fucking respect, Injustice fucking 2, talking about my uncle's child again, I went over their house fucking 3 years ago. Kid was like fucking 9 years old at the time.
Yeah.
Homie whipped everybody in that house's ass. He played Sub-Zero in Injustice fucking 2, bro. And when I tell
Oh my
you,
God.
I went home to lab just the next time I go and visit this kid, I would
Yeah.
actually win, and it ultimately not working. I looked up game footage on professionals playing Sub-Zero. This kid with no knowledge of those professionals or watching those videos on how to fucking do combos
Yeah.
was doing all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Bro.
like it's because like the way I see it, if he's got nothing else to do, and
Mhm.
if Godric, I say he because I'm talking about Godric, right? Like, and
Mhm.
he's my oldest, and Griffin's not like there yet. So, concerning Godric in particular, right? If I play Smash with him now, like,
Mhm.
and he likes it, if he sticks with that, you think by 14, this kid's gonna be a fucking tank. He's gonna be a
Yeah.
fucking monster, right?
Yeah.
And again, everything in moderation, right? So you can lab it up with dad in Smash Brothers, right? But we also gonna go outside. You know what I mean? We're
Mhm.
also gonna go outside, and I'm also gonna read you your favorite book, which is the fucking H.P. Lovecraft collect. He asks for that book at bedtime.
Oh, he upgraded because I
It's the
remember it was that whenever I would go to your house, he would pull out that one with all the material on it for touching and shit like that, the
oh yeah
sensory
yeah
shit.
yeah
And he was like,
yeah
"Well,
yeah. Nah, he upgraded for real. And like, yo, he at bedtime he goes, Daddy, I want the book. And I go, oh, you want me to read to you? He goes, mm-hmm. And I go, what book? He goes, I want the monster book. And he calls it the monster book because Cthulhu's on the front of it, and it's like gold and shit. But there's no
yeah,
pictures in it. And you know how Lovecraft writes? He writes like a fucking old timey like. He
he was an
writes like
old
a
racist man." Yeah.
yeah. He writes like an old timey fucking aristocrat. So it is
Mhm.
not child friendly language. Like I'm saying big ass, long ass words and sentences, and he just lays there and listens. And I'm like, okay, this is great. This is good. I like this. Again, more
Yo,
quality time. But like,
God, Godric gonna be 5 years old, walk into your fucking kitchen. Father, I requires I require sustenance.
Yo, wait, boy, what was that show we were watching where the baby was like, "Milk is nothing to me. I
want cookies. Fuck, what was that? Was that There wasn't Adventure Time, was it? No.
They had to like babysit a demon or something,
Yeah, they babysitted a demon child.
and he
You want some
was
milk?
like,
Milk means nothing
to me. I want cookies. And yeah, but but yeah, but not like if so, gaming is a profession now. There's no
Yeah.
there's no getting around that. And also, school is making less and less sense to me the older I get, because all the opportunities I've gotten that I can't exactly talk about yet, but you guys know, none of that came from school. All of it came from working on my passion and sticking to that passion until something came of it, because I knew that I cared about this stuff and that I'm good at this stuff, right? So like with that said, like
Oh, it's a regular show.
it's regular show, yeah.
Regular
so like
show, yeah.
so with that said, like cultivate your kids' interests, right? Don't fucking shit on them for it, because that shit might end up fucking around and paying your fucking bills later on in life. Instead of, you know what I mean? And like not even that's not to say like, oh, you know, depend on your kids to take care of you. No. That's just like, oh, well, if you weren't a fucking dickhead, if you weren't an unsupportive asshole, he could have been a fucking god at Tekken by 12 years old. He could have been a monster at fucking at Smash Brothers at 10 years old. You know what I mean? So, so it's that kind of thing as well. That leans into it as well. Like, you can't talk shit about gaming the same way you could 20 years ago, because 20 years ago it wasn't a profession. 20 years ago there weren't esports at the fucking Olympics, right? But now there are, so you can't. It's not the same conversation. It's just not.
This is like dropping an article and being like, I'm so afraid of my college teen. He keeps spending 40 hours of his week doing chemistry work. Like, his life. No, you would never see that, because, it's considered a valid, fucking job or whatever. But like, man, fuck that. It's 2021. I want my kid doing 55 hours on Fortnite, getting straight headshots.
Getting headshots. No scoping motherfuckers from deep. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, okay, wait. DM his daddy said, I think it's a misconception held by Christian white folks. I mean, look at the adjustments with culture. In Japan sinks. Oh, come on, dude. Oh, my God.
Y'all just watched that.
No. I only say that because it was very sad. And
I know.
But we'll get into the next. Well, actually, we're going to do a 3-day spell later on, and I'll tell you guys. But in Japan sinks, Go, the homie. So it's a Japanese kid named Go, by the way, for those of you who in the chat who haven't seen Japan sinks. But in Japan sinks, Go, the homie, was striving to be an esports athlete and be one of the best gamers. It's like, do these whites not realize the potential successes behind what gaming in this current century can open up for people and children? Yeah.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I was trying to say. But like, we're live and I can't like that's way more
eloquent.
Yeah. But yeah, yo, I can't believe I'm keeping this thing. This thing hurts, dude. But you know what, man?
Just take it off, bro.
I do it for the
Yo,
villain.
homie, like, listen, the last
villain.
time I spent 2 hours in that mask at Comic-Con one time, bro, and I took that shit off, I had fucking 3 cuts on my nose.
Oh, yeah?
I didn't even feel that shit happen.
Oh, man, I probably got the same thing. Ugh. Okay, it's fine. So
yeah, I keep watching this trailer.
Oh,
Oh, bro.
yeah. Hold on, wait.
Oh,
I gotta
Ace.
watch it. So you guys move on. There's 2 trailers. Okay, I'm gonna watch both of these.
Bro, don't worry, they're mad short.
Okay.
Okay.
But you guys can start the topic.
Yeah.
Okay, so
next
we
topic.
we switching off now. On that note, let's stop condemning video games for your bullshit fucking parenting. And speaking of video games, in recent news, SNK finally, after fucking postponement, decided to release their fucking video game trailers for King of Fighters 15. And it is a fucking mess. So originally they had said they were going to release it at I believe it was a week, 2 weeks ago, and then they were like, "Oh, we're postponing the fucking reveal trailer," and everyone was tight because they just keep on. We haven't seen anything on this game that's been being talked about for like fucking four years already at this point. Then the following week they released a fucking release trailer, and it was like fucking how long is that trailer, bro? They're like
53
3 fucking minutes.
seconds.
53 fucking sec. Is that the Shune or the
No, the
official?
KOF
the
XV
Shune one.
official trailer.
The
Okay.
Shune one is
53
even
seconds.
shorter. It's 46 seconds. I'm
45.
watching it now.
Okay. So it is a fifth. They said it's a fucking reveal trailer, and it's 53 fucking seconds, right? And I'm like, okay, maybe they made a little bit of a fucking teaser. Makes a little bit of sense. You look at it, it doesn't look bad. I like the direction they're going in, but it's like you can't pull any fucking information from that trailer whatsoever fucking ever,
Wait a minute.
right?
Okay. No, wait. Okay.
I'm gonna
Wait.
drop the link to both trailers.
Okay.
Okay. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That, am I bugging, or was the second half of the Shune trailer just the first trailer?
Yeah.
They showed the exact same footage the second time. Like the
Yeah,
last
it
the last
is.
the
Mhm.
last 10 seconds of the Shune trailer is just it's just the last
Pulled from
Okay.
the first official trailer.
So then after they dropped their fucking teaser trailer, they said stay tuned next week for another trailer. And we're like, okay, cool, maybe we'll see some actual fucking gameplay footage, right?
Yeah.
And sure enough, they appeased our wishes and they showed some fucking gameplay trailer. But the shit is edited so poorly and is only 43 fucking seconds. Like literally they would cut
Yeah,
Yeah.
the cuts are
after
hilarious.
they would show a move and like probably like a microsecond of the move and then cut it into the next fucking move, cut it into the next fucking move, cut it
It's
into
so
the next fuck.
hilarious.
Oh my
I
god,
keep
it is
watching
a
it just because I'm like, bro,
nightmare.
this is like a
Like
crack.
who signed off on this? Who
Yeah.
the fuck signed up? This is like the worst reveal trailer and like character trailer I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I can't even see anything.
Bro, it doesn't show you a goddamn
And
thing.
like, what's with all the scenes of them like talking? Are they trying to show that they're doing like a story mode type thing, like Street Fighter, or I don't know? It just looks so
I get,
poorly
yeah,
edited.
yeah. There's some footage of them like talking or like maybe their character intros, which would be pretty tight if that is the fact. But it looks more like it's gonna be like story driven. But that shit's a fucking mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really messy, man, and it's kind of funny. Like I just keep watching it because of how funny it is. But like, I was actually kind of excited to hear about another KOF because like
Do we
Mhm.
like
KOF
14? Because I liked 14.
14 was
cool. I like the one
14
before it better.
14 was fun. But it wasn't. I can't say it was good.
Yeah,
Um,
13 was lit.
the art direction on it was like fucking ass, to be honest with you,
Yeah,
and it
I
didn't.
kind of felt that way about this one too a little bit, based on just a little bit.
This looks a lot better considering. Like
Yeah.
a lot better considering. Although it looks like Shune, they just be like they honestly threw like the character for that they're showing the gameplay footage on. It looks like they just threw a bunch of like darts at a board for his outfit.
Yeah, legit. Oh, okay, I'm looking at KOF 14. 14 looks like what's that other really poorly done like visually game? The one with the skull dude in it.
Oh, EX Layer.
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah,
that. Like KOF
yeah.
14 looks like PX fighting,
Wait,
With
But-
ro-
But
Fighting
EX Layer is
EX Layer-
actually fucking fun.
yeah, I was gonna
Nah,
say like,
yeah.
isn't that a good game? I don't know.
no,
what
it's
It
a fun
is.
game, but like the character models and the way
It
looks,
doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't
looks
look
like,
good.
It looks like that Marvel mobile game. Like
I mean, it's a fighting
No.
game, guys. It's not, I mean, do you guys expect Gears of War graphics in a fighting game? I don't know.
no,
Um,
I expect Street Fighter Alpha bare minimum. Like fighting games have gotten uglier over time,
Bro, but at the same time, look at fucking like DBZ fighters, bro. That shit is that shit
It's
looks
beautiful.
beautiful, bro.
But that's because Arxis is like
Yeah.
they got it.
Like, have you
Well,
seen any of the footage for Guilty
what?
Gear Strive? Like that
Okay,
shit.
It's a
Ooh.
different medium. Like, it's a different medium, though, right? Like, those sprites are, like, I wouldn't say hand-drawn, but they come, like, with Dragon Ball, that's not really fair because they just pulled from the source material. Like, they just they just
Nah.
updated the character, like, I forget whose special it is. Is Raccoon's not playable, right? But I think
No, he's not.
Ginyu's special is that he brings out the rest of the Ginyu Force, right? Or some shit like
Yeah.
that.
There's one where he brings
Yeah,
everything.
but the thing
which
is,
but it's like Raccoon does the thing from the show, and it looks insane in the game. It looks fucking beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the story mode
Hmm.
stuff looks fucking incredible because they
Mm-hmm.
but again, they had that source material to pull from, and like I think that like in terms of fighting games, like they don't know where to go because I think it's they went in the wrong direction, and now it's like it's kind of too late to turn back now. I mean, I personally I don't think so. I think if a new fighting game came out right now that looked like like Mark of the Wolves, I would play
Right.
that
I'd be
immediately.
so
But
hyped.
that's the thing because we grew up on in the sprite age. You know what I'm saying? And it cost more money to make sprites than it does to fucking do these 3D models now. Um, but yeah, like I feel the same way. But I feel like that is based more on like our nostalgia and like our bias on the older titles. Like
Yeah,
fuck yeah, I would love a fucking 2D sprite fighting game again. I
yeah.
would like me and Ronnie like every fucking week play Third Strike.
Mhm.
Like religiously. So it's like, but as to say that it isn't fair for like DBZ is like, no, that polish is fucking like unmatched, bro.
That's an Arxis polish because I mean,
That's yeah.
if you're gonna give credit to the source material specifically, then why does Xenoverse look like trash? You know, like
Mm-hmm.
Cause it's not an Arc Sys game, isn't it?
no,
Well,
no, that's what I'm saying. But like, if you're giving the credit of DB fighters looking good because of the source material, then why does another Dragon Ball game like Xenoverse look like trash when it's
Oh,
the same
I
source
see what you're
material?
saying. Well,
You know,
yeah.
it's not like
of course it's a 3D
I'm not.
game, it's different, but
Yeah, I'm also not giving every single ounce of credit to the source material. I'm just saying
okay.
that they had that stuff to play off of, like Dragon Ball,
Hmm.
because Dragon
But
Ball
even
aged. For me
mhm.
personally, I feel like Dragon Ball, like the show, it aged pretty well. I think it still looks, it's still watchable.
Hmm.
Like so much so that the early iterations of Super look terrible. Like
Oh, sorry about that. I'm gonna mute myself real quick.
like
Um,
A lot of Dragon Ball Super early on looks worse than Z.
all
You know
right,
what I mean?
I'm gonna post something else in the chat. I just put it in our chat too. I want you to watch that because it's also Arxis, but I just want you to. This is something that is a this is an in-house title, right?
Is this hand drawn?
I'm not entirely sure. But
Yeah,
this is
I'm
like
watching
they've
it.
been doing this for fucking years.
No,
Their
yeah.
characters, yeah.
No,
But
I'm
look
familiar.
how yeah, look how beautiful Strive looks.
Oh,
As a
this is the new
trailer
Guilty
too.
Gear. Yeah, I mean, I'm familiar. I know
Well,
who Arxis is, and like I'm familiar with their work, and I know
hmm
you and Leo in particular are really excited for this.
yeah.
But nah,
But
it
like
does look good. I'm not gonna
this is
hold
the
you.
next yeah, this is the next generation for their next game.
This is all cell shaded.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is cell shaded.
Hmm.
There's
Hmm.
so it's not 3D models, but it's not hand. Cell shading's weird. Like
Mm-hmm.
cell shading, I think works for fighting games. I think it looks
Mm-hmm.
good. I mean, it's a little framey. I'm not gonna hold you. It's a little framey,
Like the way
Mm-hmm.
the
but
characters move and
but
stuff.
the yeah, but like, but I like it. I like what I'm seeing. Yeah, it's pretty. It's very
Yeah.
pretty. It's very smooth too.
And in
Also, that's how
comparison to
you
the other
that's how
trailer,
you do a
right,
character reveal trailer.
right.
Fucking
Like
SNK.
I can actually see the moves, you know. I can actually see what he's doing. I'm like, oh, he has a Shoryu move. That's dope. Oh, he has this. The other one was like, as soon as the move happened, it was just like
Cut.
jump cut to the next one.
Frame cut.
Like, do they
Okay.
do that so you can watch it 10 times so you can actually see what's going on so that they get more
No.
views?
Stupid
Whoa.
YouTube algorithm.
Whoa, who's Nagoriyuki? Who is that? Oh shit, this
Um,
motherfucker look cool as hell.
Yo, he a fucking vampire samurai, nigga.
He's a vampire sam.
Bro,
Yo.
he's hard as shit, bro.
Nagoriyuki. That's so cool. I'm gonna play this.
And
No, I'm
on
not.
top of that, they
No.
know how to make a fucking black character, bro.
Oh yeah, that's true. They could draw black
Uh-huh.
people. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, I'm not gonna play this, but it looks cool.
Mhm.
I say I'm gonna play it, but then like I'm gonna touch it for 10 seconds and get frustrated and not play it. Yo, this is sick. Okay, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, this is dope. Nah, yeah,
Mhm.
I mean what? Okay, there's a very clear. Damn, bro. Damn.
Right?
Nah, this is hard.
Right?
As
Yeah, right? That's what I'm
hell. Fuck.
saying, dude.
Yeah, that's hard. That's really cool.
Yep, that's right, Dennis. A black vampire samurai.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Julian, what's up? By the way, if you guys don't know, Julian Unofficial is the guy who makes the Dispahuco fucking clothing that I wear a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
word. Hey,
Julian.
wasn't you supposed to give me one of those shirts, bro?
Yeah, but I didn't fucking see you for months. So, uh, and I haven't put the grip tape on my board yet. But now I kind of don't want to because it's really like it's really cute, and I just want to hang it up. Like, see, like how sick is this? And I fucking
That's
love the
fire.
pink. And like the subway, like the fucking MTA like train station fucking letters, like
Yeah.
it's so sick. This shit is so cool. Holy fucking Christ, Jesus!
Hey, Dennis
Oh,
with the
Dennis,
fucking gifted 5. Appreciate you, my brother.
And
you've gifted a total of 7 in the chat. He did 10 actually, 5 and 5.
Yeah,
Oh
Dennis
shit.
and Dennis and Loop are on a roll. God damn. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I appreciate.
anyway, everybody support Dispahuco, an Uptown brand. You know what I mean? Like, get your shit made in Uptown, bro. Feel me?
Yeah.
Get your shit from Julian. Get in touch with Julian. I think Julian's Twitter is the same as his Twitch name, Julian Unofficial. Um, so yeah, yeah, I love his stuff, and Hearst Boys has a lot of his stuff. So yeah, cool. So yeah, yeah, the trailer. At first, when I watched it, it didn't seem that bad. But like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, it didn't seem that bad. I was kind of like trying to figure out what was so bad about it that you guys were so offended. But then I no. But then I watched the Strive trailer, and I'm like, okay,
Is it
okay,
Yeah.
a clear
yeah,
difference in
this
like
shit,
the
yeah,
attention to
this
detail?
sucks. Yeah, this
It's
And
sucks.
it's it's
that
also that it's just like an editing nightmare.
yeah.
Yeah,
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 like I don't know who signed off on that. Who paid the guy to fucking do that shit, you know?
yeah,
They had
yeah,
to
yeah.
turn 18 seconds of footage into 43 seconds is basically what I think happened. And they were
That
Yeah.
like, all
was
right,
that was me
edit.
yesterday with the because I was trying to time going through the finish line
Mm-hmm.
with the drop in the song. Like I was trying to time Xavier Wolf like perfectly with when the letters said finish, and I had to turn 30 seconds of footage into literally double that. So I was slowing
Mm-hmm.
stuff down, fucking repeating footage, like zooming in, doing all this shit. But
Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah, Julian. So Julian's IG is Julian Unofficial, and the Twitter is Julian the Brave. But yeah,
Yeah.
Julian the Brave is a sick fucking screen name. Fucking Julian the Brave. That's hard. Okay.
On some hero shit, bro.
But yeah, yeah. I mean, we're
So
just
that brings me to an interesting point, and that's I don't know if we want to end with this, but I just had a question, maybe for the chat, maybe for everyone. It's 111, by the way. Just had to say that. Um, do you guys have like a favorite fighting game trailer or like a favorite character reveal trailer like that comes to mind that like made you really hype for a game?
Um fucking all right. I guess this is kind of unfair, but literally the one I give the most praises to is my dude Masahiro Sakurai
Mm,
for everything he fucking does in Smash Brothers.
yeah, for sure.
Because literally Sakurai and his trailers have me feeling like a fucking 12-year-old boy again whenever he's dropping a new character reveal.
yeah,
When Sephiroth shit dropped, and I think we was in a watch party for that of the video game awards in the Discord. I forget who was in there with me, but literally anybody can fucking tell you from that chat that how loud I was fucking yelling when they did that trailer because they basically did like a fucking 1-for-1 from fucking Advent Children.
yeah,
And
Yeah,
the shit was it was just hard as shit, bro. And it's like, yo, Smash Bros like undefeated when it comes to fucking character reveals.
it's just undefeated when it comes to characters. Like
Yeah, that too.
yeah. Because they can do whatever they want.
Smash is like killing the game right now, bro.
Yeah, they can do whatever.
Um, yeah, for me, I think it's tied between both the Marvel vs. Capcom 3 reveal trailer and the Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 reveal trailer. Like both of those were really hype. And I was screaming during both of them. So
Yeah.
I think those take it from me. And it's just like I don't know. No, there hasn't been a game that's given me that feeling in a long time, with the exception of Fighters. Like watching the trailer and just being like mad hype. But even the beginning of the vanilla Marvel trailer, they just zoom in on like Ryu and he's like on the floor knocked out,
Mm-hmm.
and he like gets back up. He like finds the power to get back up, and then you reveal who he's fighting, and it's like Wolverine. And I'm like, yo, that's so sick. Like I don't know. That was just like night and day compared to like more recent
Yeah.
reveals. But I don't know,
No.
man. Fighters is taking it for me. Like every reveal trailer that they do is really exciting, and like they know how to reveal like the right type of combo to like really get like their
Yeah.
actual fan base excited. Like seeing some of those loops in Baby's combo video and like even the Roshi video, like I don't know, they do it so well compared to like what I'm seeing now with KOF and even like some of the Street Fighter related stuff. Because Street Fighter 5 has just been a goddamn shit show since the beginning. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know, Rainy, you got one?
Yeah, I think as far as fighting games, um, I want to say I don't know. I mean, you know what? I think the original like Dragon Ball Fighters trailer,
Yeah.
like the very
Like
first
the
one,
first one? Yeah,
only
that one was
cause like nobody was like really everybody wanted a 2D Dragon Ball fighter, but nobody was expecting it. And then
Yeah.
for Arxis to be working on it, like that was huge too. You
Yeah.
know, and like, I mean everybody was like, okay, it only makes sense for Arxis
Hmm.
to make this game, but for them to actually do it, and for that that trailer was like, yo, I it was funny like uh if I remember correctly, uh Fighters and Dissidia dropped the same week or the same
Yeah,
day,
I believe
something like
so.
that. Yeah, and I was at GameStop and I was like, okay, I only have enough for one of these. And I asked the guy behind the counter, I was like, what would you? I was like, what would you get, like Dissidia or Fighters? And he was like, I don't know, I'd get Dissidia. I'm not super into Dragon Ball. And I was like, okay, cool, I'll take Dragon Ball. And then like, just cause, just cause like, like, and then like lo and behold, Dissidia is like not great. So
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, they dropped the ball on them recent Dissidia.
yeah,
Like
but
after coming from Duodecim, which
yeah,
was fucking amazing. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, yeah, Jump Force was cool. If we're talking trailers, Jump Force was cool.
Yeah.
Everything after that was not, however. but, but yeah, uh,
Jump Force was exciting before it actually came out.
yeah, Jump Force was super exciting before it dropped, and then
Then
and
it
then
dropped.
everything happened. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I think as far as trailers, Dragon Ball, even though I don't touch it very much because I don't like one-touch games.
Yeah.
I don't like touch of death stuff. I think it ruins fighting games, honestly. We could touch on that too. That could be like our because we always do like one final. Well, we don't
Topic.
always do it, but I've tried to do that more now, and that's
Yeah.
probably going to be something that we include later on, like when we start our other thing, which we got approved for, by the way, guys.
Yeah, I
Uh,
saw that.
the yeah. Oh, you saw the email?
Yeah.
Okay, good. But
Oh.
yeah. We got approved for that, but I'm not trying to talk about that yet because we haven't talked to everybody about it.
Yeah.
But yeah. So how to air fry a perfect steak? What the fuck? Sorry, my no my echo is right here. Like
Uh-huh.
the yeah. I just don't want to say her name so she doesn't fucking turn on. But yeah. So but yeah, it just said how to air fry a steak. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yo,
Do I
y'all are
need like
dragging it with this air fryer shit.
nah, but it looked good though. Do I need an like? Why don't
Bro,
I
yes,
have?
yes, yes, you need an air fryer.
I need
Get a
one.
fucking air fryer. Yo,
I want one
I
so
want you to get an air fryer. Then I want you to go get some fucking tater tots, right? Frozen tater tots from any fucking supermarket around you, right? And
Okay.
then I want you to put them shits in the air fryer and cook them, bro. And then I want you to fucking call me
Oh,
and just
okay.
tell me about your fucking experience, bro.
Okay.
All right?
I'll do that. But yeah. So yeah. So this is last week I explained that we could talk for like 15 minutes about this, but last week I explained that we cover a lot of like news stuff that's like current. And the
right.
problem with that is like there's no real reason to revisit an episode once we've talked about something because that thing won't be news anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
I'm ready to stop that, honestly. Especially
yeah.
with Trump. Like we could talk about other stuff. I'm just done with Trump.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking is at the end of like we still do the news stuff, right? But we don't spend as long on it, even though we spend an hour and 13 minutes on all this news stuff. But it's it's fighting games, it's nerd stuff. Screen time is relevant to us. We're on a
Hmm.
screen right now. The
I'm on
Trump
three.
stuff I'm tired of. Everybody's tired of it. Like just go home, man. Like you have like a million places you could be. That's not the White House. Like choose one, stay
Yeah.
there. Um, but so yeah, so our are one touch combos ruining fighting games?
No.
I think all right. So don't get me wrong, right? So I love Dragon Ball Z Fighters as a concept, right? I do love the fighting game. It's flashy as hell. I love the character choices. I love everything looks so fucking cool in the game. I can't play that game for fucking shit, right? I am horrible at the game, right? So I don't play it. I don't feel that um one touch fucking kills games because it all comes down to how you play the fucking game, right? It's like this guy is good enough to fucking open you up. And on top of that, bang out that combo that must have been labbed for fucking hours. And when
Right.
I say like fucking hours just to get that tight muscle memory fucking down pat, it's like I appreciate it. When I see it, I fucking appreciate it. Sure, you can be in there because I mean you're coming from a place of frustration like me most of the time whenever I'm playing these games like that, right? And it's like, fuck, he caught me in this shit. This shit ain't ever gonna fucking end. Let me just put down my fucking controller. And you just get fucking salty and pissed off at the fact. But like when I step back and look at it, I'm like, yo, bro, that shit was hard as hell, bro. Like good shit, you know?
Right.
So I don't feel it ruins it. What I feel ruins fucking fighting games now are X Factor mechanics. That's a different story.
Well, that's actually one thing I was gonna touch on is that so I don't think TODs kill fighting games per se. I think that there are different types of fighting games. There's combo based fighting games like Power Rangers, Marvel, DBZ, stuff like that, where you're prided on, getting the most amount of hits in your combo and getting as close to death as you can. Now, both of you, if you're good at the game, you both can do TODs. It's not like only one person can do it. And most games, with the exception of fighters and like Marvel, they have like breakers, like Persona games like that, which is another Arxis game where if somebody's doing a crazy ass combo, you just press all four buttons, you break the combo, and that's like your breaker right there, and then it gives you an opportunity to come back because it pushes them to the other side of the screen, and then you have your opportunity and your opening right there to do something. So I don't think it necessarily ruins the game. I think that the game, if you're gonna have games that do touch of death combos, have some sort of way to break that or to come back from that. But with games like that, what you're hoping for is for him to drop the combo. That's your biggest opening. It's like, a combo based fighting game. You want that your opponents is gonna somehow mess up, and you're gonna break out of the TOD so that you can come in and punish that. And I think that it's not necessarily a bad thing. I just think that there's just different type of games, and if that's not for you, then that's fine. Go play Sam Show, where it's like 15 minutes
I mean,
long, and
that's
it's like
I kind of I don't know. I actually prefer Sam Show because
no, yeah,
the,
that's
the
cool.
the touch of death stuff. I just think maybe it's not okay. Maybe ruining is not the right word, but they're definitely discouraging. Like if I see that shit, bro, like I'm just not playing the game. I'm just not gonna play your game. Like it's already a lot, and like fighters as a game, like me and Ronnie I think tried to get into it, and it's too hard. There's too much shit to do in that game, and like it for me, like for me personally, right? Like I'm a Street Fighter guy. I don't do the team based fighters. Period. I think
Right.
I think that's a lot already, and I think when Marvel Infinite chose to do 2v2, I thought that was genius. I thought that was probably the best move for the series, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
uh, but then the rest of the game happened. It looked ugly, and people didn't like it, even though it was super fun. Am I bugging? Like Marvel Infinite's actually fun. Like it actually,
No, it took like
No, oh bro,
mechanic wise, it took
it's
what was really
beautiful.
good about Tatsunoko, and it like perfected that in a way.
yeah,
Like Tatsunoko had some really dope like combo opportunity with the 2v2 thing, and it took that and then it added the gem system from like Marvel superheroes, and like like that part's a little annoying. Like Capcom's hasn't had the best of luck when it comes to gem systems. Look at Street Fighter versus Tekken.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it was really fun. But like they
Mm-hmm.
just when it comes to the approach that they took when in like the art style and just like the rollout of the game, and like it shows like the fact that no Japanese people touched that game really shows in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because that was
Yeah.
a US based fighting game. Like it was all
Yeah.
like probably in LA or something, and like it shows, man, because that game is ugly as hell,
yeah.
but
Yep.
it's really fun. Like
Yep.
watching tournament come like there was what was the last New York tournament? Damn, there was a tournament that they did the Marvel low tier Marvel 2 tournament that. I forget. Oh,
Defend.
D Cave.
Oh,
No,
okay.
D Cave. That was the last tournament before the panoramic, and they had an infinite tournament there too. And like watching that was really hype because like the
Mm-hmm.
combos in that game were ridiculous,
Yeah.
but it's just ugly as sin, man. Like if you think KOF 14 and EX Fighting Layer is ugly, this game makes like the mobile Marvel games look
Yeah.
like
I
fucking
I'm
strive.
the way I'm seeing like the angle I'm coming from, I guess, is just like, okay, as a spectator, uh, at Defend the North, I
Hmm.
was watching Chris G and Justin Wong, grand finals Marvel 3,
Right.
right? And
That's just a toxic setup already.
yeah, for plenty of reasons that we don't have
So
to get
it's
into.
just
But okay, but the final match, the final round or whatever. So their teams were, I don't remember what the teams were exactly. I just know that Chris G had Morrigan, right? And
yeah.
and and Chris G, he'd build up all meter and use his meter one. So what's the max? Six,
It's
right?
the Morgan loop, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. What's the max number of meter you can have in Marvel 3? Is it 6 or 7?
Damn,
Believe
I don't know
it's
this. I
five
think
or six.
it's 6.
Okay, either way, he got to max, right? And since the clone thing only takes up 1 bar, he would just make a clone of himself, fly the clone to the other side of the screen, and then soul fist the entire match.
Mm-hmm.
And like, is that the same thing as a touch of death? Not really, but
No.
it's the same level of like,
Fuckery.
okay, yeah, it's the same level of like, okay, well, I don't know how much I like this because like what am I watching? You know what I mean? Like I'm not watching two people play a game. I'm watching
Mm-hmm.
one person exploit something. And like it's not like maybe touch of death stuff isn't necessarily an exploit because it takes time to find that. It takes time to perfect that like how Will was saying. So
Right.
it's impressive on a technical level, but
Mm-hmm.
from a like spectator standpoint, at least for me, like watching it, I all that does is discourage me because it doesn't because there could be a bunch of like technical reasons that like actual players of the game know about and like people
Mhm.
who play the game are like yeah so oh but there's an answer for that but like
Mm-hmm.
from like a normie like me is gonna just see that and be like oh well I don't want that to happen to me. I'm not playing this bullshit. You know what I mean? Like I'm not playing this
Mm-hmm.
fucking game.
I like to put myself in the point of view of the person doing it. Like you spend all that time figuring out that combo and you finally got to execute it on an actual person. I'm like, yo, good for you, you know. I
Yeah.
want to get that good.
Yeah. Whereas the shit with Morgan is just like fuckery. Because obviously zoning in any fighting game is annoying as hell.
Yeah.
Like I every time I play you in fucking Street Fighter and never win because you're stupid fucking Guile, right?
Yeah.
Um
Yeah.
it's yeah, zoning is always fucking annoying. And
but
I
that
and I
but as a zoner, like as a person who plays zoners, you can see why I am immediately turned off by the touch of death stuff because I like that slow strategy kind of like just like whittling you down little by little. Like that's my play style. I like
mhm.
playing that way because
But
even
then
if I lose, you're not
mhm.
gonna have a good time winning. You're
But
not gonna
that's the
have a good
yeah,
time
it's
winning.
still
You know?
bullshit. But nonetheless, right?
Yeah.
Nonetheless, zoning is 10 times worse. Yep, I agree with Juice there. Zoning is 10 times worse than fucking touch of death in my opinion because like I said when it comes to the touch of death scenario, you have to open your fucking opponent up
Hmm.
and then execute that fucking long ass combo, right?
From
Yeah.
any
With the perfect time, the frame timing with for fucking everything. Know exactly what knockdown is gonna fucking like slide you instead of just complete knockdown, right?
Yeah.
And go how you can like build upon that from going on and all that extra shit. So touch of death is not like in my opinion not an exploit in the slightest. Whereas, for example, an exploit in Street Fighter fucking 5 is as soon as that fucking fireball disappears, you can have one out, buffered and out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
yeah, that exploiting that shit with fucking stupid ass Morgan shooting 30,000 fucking,
Bro,
she in the cut
literally,
with
yo,
30,000 soul fists,
bro,
bro.
bro, it had the whole venue, cause that like it's very chaotic. Like fighting game tournaments are chaotic as fuck, cause everybody has their own speaker,
Mm-hmm.
like, and everybody has their own projector. So it's just a bunch of it's just a bunch of fighting game noise over each other. But
Sophist,
yeah, but
sophist.
Morrigan has the fucking softest, 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 soft, and Justin Wong is literally just sitting there like this, not with his hands folded, obviously, but like there's nothing he can do. And then the camera zoomed in on them like after the match, and Chris G's just laughing, and like Justin Wong is mouthing, I can't do anything. Like he said that on the stage. He was like, I can't do anything, you know. And like that's a
Yeah,
kind of a,
shit like that's annoying. Like I
but I
totally feel you on that.
but I think Touch of Death stuff to me, in my opinion, I think it's in the same vein a little bit, only because like you get like the same thing happens, right? Like he
Hmm.
did the annoying Soul Fist thing. Justin Wong couldn't do anything. He lost, and that made for a terrible experience for him and a boring
Hmm.
experience for me, right? As the
Hmm.
as the person watching. So
You don't get
in a
hype when you see TODs though.
no, not really. I
What?
mean, I get
See,
more.
I can't.
Because I put myself in the position of the person getting bodied, and I'm like, yeah, this doesn't seem fun. Like,
But
and
as
like
a
if
spectator,
it, yeah, no, as a spectator, no, I hate that shit. I hate it. I hate
wow.
touch of
That
death
shit.
stuff
See, I
because
can't.
it makes the game feel unbalanced. It makes the game feel like, well, if anybody can do it, then the game just becomes instead of like the reason I like Sam Show is because it's a slow burn and like
Okay.
anybody can it can turn at any point. And Tekken is right in the middle. Sam Show is all the way here. Fucking DBZ is all the way here, but Tekken is right there where like you can do. There's not much touch of death stuff in Tekken. I think there is though, right? Like you can
No,
still
not really.
No, you
not
can't.
no,
You can't do 100% confirm.
There's no combo that like from
I think Jin has one, but it's like
but from
it's extremely hard to fucking like no
okay,
one does it.
okay, but the frequency with which you can do it in Dragon Ball makes it less exciting because you can do it more often. Whereas in Tekken, if you land that death roll with King all the way, that's hype every time because it's hard as
Hmm.
fuck to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And like
but it's like, but to say that fucking touch of death combos are hard are easy,
no, I'm not.
that is a falsity.
Nah,
You know what I'm
I'm not
saying?
saying. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying that like it's accessible to everyone. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Does
so is the rolling
everybody?
death cradle.
Not if you don't main King. That's what I'm saying.
It's still accessible to everybody.
I don't play King, so
You
it's not
don't play King,
accessible
but
to
if you
me.
were to pick up King for
yeah.
2 hours and just learn how to do the rolling death
My
cradle, like
my
you got it.
my point is that like you like the more you can do it with more characters, the less exciting it is.
Hmm.
Like if I see a King main on screen, I'm kind of like hoping for the death cradle. I'm
Hmm.
kind of like looking like, oh shit, is he gonna fucking do it? You know what I mean? If I see an Akuma on screen, I'm like, yo, is he gonna do the fucking thing or what? Like Akuma, I think has like a 60% or 70% like
Hmm.
combo or something like that, and I'm like, yo, like, is he gonna do that right? Like, so with Tekken, it's like it's a little bit of both, where like a lot of characters have that sort of like, you know what I mean, like with anybody really, you can like
Hmm.
kind of with Nina especially, right? Nina, a lot of Nina's stuff is like a scorpion sting, right? You get
Hmm.
in, you do the thing, you get out, right? Like Nina's a very technical character, right?
Mhm.
Um, and there's a lot of that in Tekken, and Brian is a very in-your-face aggressive character. So
Hmm.
I think Tekken has more balance when it comes to stuff like that. But like with Dragon Ball, Touch of Death is just the nature of that game. I
Hmm.
think it's embedded in the nature of that game, so it makes it less exciting to watch, and like it discourages me from picking it up because the amount of time I'm gonna have to put in to do that is insane, and I'm gonna spend way more time getting it done to me than
Hmm.
I am,
But
like, you
this,
know what I mean?
yeah, but
Yeah.
the thing was like with DBZ because it's in the same volition. So essentially, you don't like tag fighters. Like you
No,
like tag fighters, but you don't like tag fighters. You don't
no,
like
I don't.
You don't like fast paced fighting games,
No, not at all. No,
right?
no, it
So
stresses me out. I hate it.
see, so the shit with games like DBZ is like, yes, it's accessible to everybody, but you're not going to see a touch of death every single fucking fight,
In
and
a
that's
in a
because
in a top
you have to deal, yeah,
in a
you have
top
to
eight
deal with.
in a top eight, you will. You'll see
No,
it
you're
every
not going to
fucking
see it.
round,
You're not going to see it in every
bro,
round.
bro,
I agree.
bro. Really,
No,
Yeah.
you're
you don't
not
you don't
because
think,
it's all about meter management in that game also,
bro?
and it's like okay,
Bro, every top eight in Dragon Ball that I've seen, and I've only seen a couple because I've watched them mostly with you guys, and there hasn't
mhm,
been a tournament in dumb long. But
Mm-hmm.
every single top 8 I see, it's not necessarily touch of death, right? But it's just it's just a whole lot of flying around and everybody blocking everything until one person slips,
Fucks up. Yeah.
Yeah,
fucks
at
up, and like
neutral, bro.
yeah,
That's what you call neutral, bro.
that's stupid.
Fighting.
That's so stupid. I hate that.
But
I
that's
hate
every
that. Like if
That's
no, it's
that's
not. No, it is not, and you
neutral.
fucking know it.
somebody
It is
fucks
not
up.
every fighting game.
Everybody fucks up in every fighting. Dude, we
No,
can be in
but
the
no,
fucking neutral.
but the whole round, just like nobody does anything, nobody touches anybody until one person gets one hit in, and then that's 90% of that character's health, and then the same thing happens again and again and again. Nah, bro, because in Street Fighter, as like as annoying and unbalanced as that game is, you at least have some kind of like, oh, like this person got a couple hits in and now it's back to footsies. This person got it, like, you know what I mean? It's just
Mhm.
like there's like a Tekken's probably the better example of this again, right? Like there that exists in Tekken and it's like there, but it's not to the degree of fighters that the way I see it is like, I don't
Mhm.
know. I just think fighters in general is just not for me, and like the way I see it to my eyes is just like, no, like it's not fun. It's just everybody blocking the entire round until one person 90%'s another character. Whereas like Tekken, it's like you have some of that, but it's a little more balanced where like, okay, if you get a hit in, there's time between that hit and like the next one where your opponent can do something. And like
Mhm.
that makes for a more exciting like match to me. I don't know.
Mhm. Okay,
That's
so
fine.
just
That's your thing, you know.
yeah, yeah, that's definitely like I get how you feel about those specific games in general. I think, but I don't believe that it's just it doesn't like just boil down to all of that because essentially, yeah, everybody's blocking and shit like that, but it's all footsies until somebody fuck up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
always gonna be all footsies. I mean, granted, yes, it's a 3 fucking character fighter. So yeah, you gotta kill off that character. The character's gotta be killed a little bit fucking quicker than if you're playing a fucking 1v1 fighter. You know what I'm saying? You got a whole 2 other fucking characters behind that. So it
Yeah.
makes sense for these type of games. But like I'll give you a prime fucking example with Guilty Gear. Like I know I've been talking a lot about Guilty Gear this month, guys. I apologize.
I think
Um
the mask is
Just
fused.
understand.
I think the
oh
mask is
shit, that shit grafted into your skin.
I think it's fused to my face now. I'm scared.
um
Yeah.
But for example, if DBZ were to work in a more traditional aspect, it would wind up like fucking Guilty Gear.
Yeah.
Guilty Gear, it's a lot of hyper aggression. It's a lot of hyper aggression. You're in the cut. You're playing fucking footsies until somebody fucking slips up with with your somebody slips up with their fucking block, or they didn't fucking perfect block, or your risk meter ran out, and now you're getting hit for regular damage when you block, right?
Yeah.
And then from that point on, somebody's gonna catch you in a fucking dust loop and take a good like fucking 40 to 50% of your health. You still
Yeah.
have a chance afterwards, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's because it's the nature of a 1v1 fighter. Whereas a fucking tag fighter is like, yo, you gotta kill these niggas off, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I don't know. I mean, yeah,
You know?
it's just not for me.
I hear you, bro.
I don't think I tried to get into fighters when it dropped. And I
Same.
actually put a lot of time in like when it dropped. And then like I did all the like I tried to learn like the mechanics first, obviously, because that's what you
Yeah.
should do. Like I hate when I ask a pro player and they're like, yeah, I just hop online. I just hop online. That's all I do. I just hop online. Like, all right, man. Like, okay, but really, it's like when you ask like with me with tattooing, like when someone does something that I don't recognize and something that I would like to apply to my own tattooing, I go, oh hey, how did you do this? How did you come to this? And they go, oh, I don't know. I kind of just do it. Like you know what the fuck I mean, man. You like you know what the fuck I'm asking you right now. Like don't play
Yeah.
coy with me. Don't do that shit. And like
Mm-hmm.
I'm like pro players do that shit all the time. Like I've talked to a couple and they're just like, yeah, I just hop online. I don't have time to lab, whatever. And like victim of ritual is an exception because with Nina, you're not gonna learn much in the lab. You have to play other people.
Mm-hmm.
At least I think so based on how much time I spent with the character. But like, but in general, it's like, you know, uh, I guess the there's just too much going on in fighters for me. Like I
Mm-hmm.
don't like fighters. I mean, maybe it's an ArcSys thing where like
No.
I've never played a video game where more than two buttons do more than like Okay, so in Street Fighter, it's like light, medium, heavy punches, light, medium, heavy kicks. The first two are grab. The second two were focus attack, right? For or whatever. And then heavy and heavy, I don't remember what those did. I don't think they did anything, did they? In Ultra?
In
In
four,
four,
In Ultra, yeah, because two lights was grab, two mediums was focus attack, and then
two heavies was no two wasn't two heavies focus back and forth.
two is two mediums.
Okay, then no, there wasn't anything for
right. But that's what I'm
two
saying. Like,
heavies.
but with fighters, it's like okay, you have a light, medium, heavy, special, right? Like Marvel, like the Marvel setup. It's a four
Hmm.
button game. But then if you press these two together, they do the dash thing. But if you press these other two together, they do
The
uh
grab essentially.
the grab, yeah. And if you do these other two together, like it's just a lot of stuff. And
To remember.
I'm stupid.
Okay.
Okay, that's it. It's a lot, and I'm stupid.
Hmm. Well, yeah.
So
See, I
yeah,
totally get.
I get that.
I'm gonna let you go, boy. I totally get it. Because when I play fighters is a lot for me. This is why I don't play it. Fighters is a lot for me because it's like you have your auto combos, and obviously you don't have to go full into pressing those auto combos, but you may need to use two attacks from an auto combo to and then switch up in a different directional and then switch to another fucking button just to pop up and then
yeah,
it's just I can't like that's what fucking kills me personally because I can't the only game with an auto combo that I can actually sit down and play is like fucking Grand Blue Fantasy, right?
yeah.
Because it's a lot more simplified.
I mean,
Um
Marvel 3 technically has an auto combo, right? You just go in order: light, medium, heavy, special. You follow up, and then light, medium,
yeah,
heavy,
yeah,
special again.
but that's more of a that's magic system. That's not an auto.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Auto's like square, 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 square,
Oh, I
square.
see. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. I
Like
mean,
Persona has that.
wait. So Papa Noir said like, isn't it, all fighting games are just waiting to strike, isn't it? I don't know. I mean, not
Yeah.
like yes, yes, and no. Yes, because essentially, like bare bones definition, yeah. But there's nuance there. Like there's more there to break down, I think. And what like the point I'm making with fighters is like Bearzone said it. DBFZ neutral at one point was indeed holding block a lot. Like if neutral is just me doing this, that's not neutral. You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
just me waiting to do the same thing. Neutral and high level Street Fighter. Look, people talk all the shit they want about Street Fighter 5. I think the game is in a better place, and that's an inarguable fact.
Yeah,
It's
inarguable.
definitely in a better place than it was in 2016. But
Mhm.
That is
I
pretty
think that
much.
like high level Street Fighter for me is better to watch because there's more meta going on there. Like there's more meta. I don't know. I don't know like the fighting game language to say what I'm trying to say, but like there's just more stuff for my brain to break down during the noodle
The noodle.
during the no during neutral like during neutral and during meta in Street Fighter 5. It
Hmm.
looks
Because it's a slow fighter.
it looks vastly different to me than the meta and neutral in fighters because because it's a whole lot of blocking until one person slips up and gets one touched, and then the next
Well,
person and like I don't
yeah.
know. I just
With Street
yeah
Fighter for me, I feel like it's a lot of artificial pressure,
yeah
especially with the incorporation of V trigger.
yeah
So I think that's what ruins the game. But outside of that, the neutral game is fun.
yeah
Like when you go back to like fucking Third Strike, bro. That neutral, you want to talk about neutral, bro? And fucking Third Strike, nigga. Like,
yeah yeah no my Remy is not fun. You will not have fun
yeah,
playing
because
my
you don't
Remy.
play neutral. You stand in the corner and shoot fireballs. Fuck you.
I'll get you. I'll get you in some neutral, bro. You want show? I'll
Mm,
show you neutral.
you don't,
I'll
you
show
know.
you
You know what? My
some
thing
neutral.
is, my thing with this argument is that
Hmm.
one can say, and I've heard a lot of pro or high level fighters and Marvel people say that you can't play combo based fighting games if you like being defensive. Like that's just like it's not focused on defense. It's not focused on like trying to size your person up. It's just like I know what my tools are, and I need to get you in the position that I need to
Hmm.
execute said tools. Now, the same can be said about any fighting game. It's the same with the Street Fighter. It's the same with Tekken. You have your tools. You just need to get your opponent to where you need him so that you can do what you were practicing. Um, but with fighters, it just takes those same ideas and Marvel too, any of these combo games, Power Rangers especially, it takes these same ideas and these same tropes and it just puts it on like times two speed. So
Yeah.
you're just like doing everything you would in another fighting game. You just have to do it way faster and you have to like anticipate way faster and you have to just be like it's like taking Street Fighter and just like stabbing it with adrenaline and then just like
Hmm.
that's combo based games. And you can play these games if you like to be defensive and if you like to get in your opponent's head, man. Like the best way to get into your opponent's head with these type of games is cross ups, you know? Like I'm gonna do an assist, go on the other side so you don't know who to block, and then
Yeah.
that's gonna get me in to do my combo.
Yeah.
And it's okay if it's not for you, and that's the point of that's why I like, the nature of fighting games now is that there's types of fighting games.
Yeah,
And
there's
it's
Hmm.
definitely there's definitely a type of fighting game for everyone, for
for
sure.
everyone, yeah. If you just want to chill and throw shells at somebody, play some Smash, bro. Like, yeah, it's not a fighting game to some people, but it's a fucking fighting game, bro. Shut up,
I can't. I mean, it's not. I don't
It's
think.
not.
It is, bro. It
But
It
I
is.
mean,
isn't.
It's
I mean,
just a party fighting game. Like
no,
that
no,
exists.
no. If you
It
have to,
is.
if you have to turn off, if you have to turn things off, and essentially rearrange the game mechanically to make it competitively viable, then I don't think then you're reappropriating the game. You're making it
But,
do what you want, but that's not the intended play, right?
but that's my thing. The only reason they do that to begin with is because the tournament viable settings were predetermined by these people. Like, who's to say? Like, when did it become not tournament viable to have items in this game? Like that was a decision somebody else made. Like
But yeah, because when it's skill based, anything random is a detriment to that. That's
right.
Hey
why.
yo, hey
But
yo,
that
hey yo,
doesn't
bro.
make it.
I can turn an apple to a bong. Apples aren't bongs, bro.
Yeah, yeah, I
You feel
guess.
me?
But like like that's just because somebody decided that.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
what I'm
The
saying.
creators of the game decided that it wasn't a fighting game when they made the game.
But they could have
Yeah,
just left the game how it was, and people could have just adapted to that. Like
Fuck
this
it.
is what I'm
yeah,
saying.
Apex a fighting game, bro.
yeah. No,
I think it's a fighting
I
game, bro. I
so
don't care.
so yeah. I mean, so basically, what you guys are saying is I should start my Sam Show career, because
Don't.
that just
Netcode is
seems like.
fucking ass. Join me and the Dark Allegiance in Guilty Gear.
No, I'm not playing. Man, Arxis games are too much, man. These motherfuckers ask for too much, bro.
Everything's too much for you, bro. If they don't got a Sonic Boom, you're not playing it. Is what you're saying. That's what it sounds like to me.
Sam Show got a Sonic Boom.
No,
No.
it got like
I guess I.
47 frame heavy that
Damn.
comes
All
in.
right.
And just,
Yeah. Nah. I just. Well. Okay. I mean, Arxis games are just overly complicated. I think. Like, what's that? What's that thing that punish? What's the? Is that an Arxis game that punishes you for blocking too much? What's
Yeah,
that? What's the one?
risk gauge. But dude, there's
It's
been those type of gauges in like fucking forever.
no, I
Street
know
Fighter had
Smash.
one.
Yeah, Smash has one right now. I think. Yeah, no, I get it. Like if you hold shield for too long, you get stunned or whatever. But I just mean like resource management. Whatever. What is it called? Risk gauge.
In what? In Guilty? Yeah, it's called risk gauge.
Oh no no no. That's the other one. Not Guilty Gear. What's the other one? Blaze Blue.
Mm. Blaze
And
Blue, yeah, it's another Arxis, so they do the same exact shit.
yeah,
But
yeah.
essentially, you're
Arxis
still
games.
blocking.
I think Arxis games just aren't my
y-
bag.
So with the risk game is that you're still blocking, but you're getting hit for full damage when you block.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so it's essentially like the chip is more severe if you just keep on blocking because it's like they want you to play the fucking game.
No. Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
And that's cool, right? But I'm gonna play the game on
I
my
hear you, bro.
terms. Yeah.
I hear you,
I'm gonna
homie.
play it. I'm gonna play the game on my terms. But yeah. So okay.
that's
Anyway,
fine.
I guess that's the podcast. That's the episode. So today, actually, you know what? Um, what I'm today I'm doing a thing. I'm doing a thing. It's a 3-day thing that I'm starting. I'm looking for the chat right now. I'm starting this 3-day thing in our Discord where we watch three films, and starting tonight, we're gonna watch three Lupin OVAs that basically focus on Lupin's like partners. So Jigen, Goemon, and Fujiko, and yeah, so you can join the Discord, and for the
I just
next
took
3 days,
himself.
we're gonna watch Jigen's Gravestone at 10. Tomorrow we're gonna watch Goemon's Blood Spray at 10,
I'll be there for that.
and on Wednesday we're gonna watch Fujiko's Lie at 10. Right? So the reason I'm doing this is because we just watched Japan Sinks, and if you've never seen Japan Sinks, it's a lot. It is sad. I hate it. I said I wouldn't do it
So
again.
sad.
I said I wouldn't do it again, but I did for the Discord and because I love the community and they're so cool. Everyone there is so nice. And but tonight we're taking it to a lighter place. And Lupin is always fun. It's always like action packed. It's always funny. It's cool. And it's one of my favorite IPs. So that's what we're watching. So join the Discord. You'll find a bunch of channels in there. We have a Mario Kart leaderboard. We got fucking, you know what I'm saying? We got all this stuff. We got all this cargo. We got Mario Kart leaderboard. We got fighting games. People just kind of stream whenever they want, and you can hop in and out of room. It's like Clubhouse, but not toxic. So it's like that, where like there's always something going on. Um,
Right.
we've been playing. Well, not me, but like we, as in the community, have been playing Pummel Party, which is basically violent Mario Party. Um,
Mhm.
so that's really cool. So yeah, join the Discord. Join the Discord, and then hopefully by the next episode we'll have another announcement about another thing that we're launching that hopefully you guys will help us out with. So thank you guys so much. Once again, this has been another episode of the Hearst Boys podcast. My name is Rainey, uh, the supervillain. I've donned the mask. I'm not gonna do this every time. It hurts. But I wanted to live as the villain for a little bit. And yeah, my name is Rainy. You can find me at Rainy Ovalle on everything. That's Boy. You can find Boy on Twitter at Bojack underscore. He's got a knife. I got a knife. Let me see what you have. A knife. No. And then up right above Boy is Will at Gruel the Empty on Twitter. So you can find us all there. That's where we're most active. Also, Papa Noir made a great point, but we don't play that disrespectful shit. So don't pull up talking crazy because I can fight. Yeah, yeah, we're respectful of everybody. There's sex workers in there. There's trans folks in there. There's non-binary people in there. You know what I mean? It's not. There's women in there. It's not just a fucking like gaggle of guys. You know what I mean? And don't. Yeah, just
And don't
play.
be acting weird.
Yeah, don't be acting weird. Just play nice. All right. If you will join the
Also,
Discord.
also, but most importantly, what's in this Discord is fucking violence. You feel me?
Yo,
Jesus Christ.
it's a lot of violence in there
Yeah.
and a
So
lot of
yeah.
static, but like healthy
Oh wait,
static.
hold on. Wait, hold on, real quick, cause everybody pulling their scraps out. Hold on.
Got the blicky.
Yeah. Oh, you got the blicky too?
Alexa, all lights off.
That did nothing.
That did absolutely nothing.
Join the Discord. Join it. Join it.
That's just hard though. The white light. Like,
Yeah.
I fuck with it. But yeah, join our Discord. We be on there every day. We have a selfies channel if you just want to, get some love for who you are as a person. We've got like voice channels for everything. We even got like a groove like bot that will just play music and we'll just chill and listen to music. So, very active community, and we love having the people who support us on Twitch support us on there because Discord is way less toxic than Twitch. So just pull up
Join
Yeah.
the Discord. Join it.
or else.
Join it. But yeah, okay. Anyway, thank you guys. We'll see you guys next time.